Good morning, children. This is Karan sir, and you are watching Facts Being Talked. Today, we are going to continue the same chapter, which was People as Resources Economy, chapter 2. So, here in this chapter, we have already studied some of the key points of this chapter. Today, we are going to take this part of the chapter ahead. Go to the page number 24. I beg your pardon, go to the page number 21. So, in this chapter, we have already discussed the children, those who have missed the class. I want to tell you one thing that in this chapter, we can see there are 2 points. One is people and the other is resource. So, we already know that what is resource. Resource is anything which fulfills the requirement of the humans or which can add some value to our needs. So people means population. People means population of our country. Here we are referring the population of India. In this chapter we will talk about the population of India. Resource means anything that fulfills our needs is called a resource. Got my point? So, here in this chapter, we have already studied these things. So there was a story of Sakal and Vikas. Sakal was a boy. Sakal was a poor boy. He was just 12 years old, and he used to help her mother in like household works, and he used to take care of his younger sister also, younger brother also. But after few years, when he was growing up, his father thought that it is very important to educate him. So he started sending Sakal to the government school in the nearby village. So he studied from there. He completed his 10th and 12th, and after that he completed a vocational course in computers he did, where he got the basic knowledge of computers. So he, after getting this diploma done, after completing his education, he got a job in the firm where he was appointed as a software developer. He became the software developer. So what happened ultimately? This is the story of Sakal, and slowly when he proved his skills and proved his talent, then the company just encouraged his increased his salary, and now he was getting a lot of money. Same, one of his friends' name was Vilas. Vilas was a poor guy, and his father used to sell fish in the market. Suddenly his father, after a few years, his father fell ill and he died. After the death of his father, her mother started selling fish into the nearby market. He used to buy the fish from the river or from the pond, and she used to sell the fish into the nearby market. What happened? Suddenly, after a few years, she also fell ill and there was nobody to look after her. Then Vilas thought that now the responsibility came on Vilas's shoulder. So he started the same occupation. He used to go to the market and sell the fish that his mother was selling previous days. So what happened? Vilas did not had any interest in the studies. He remained illiterate. He didn't study, and his earning was just 150 rupees per day, and where this Sakal's earnings were more than 600 rupees per day. So it means he was earning 18,000 per month, and he was earning 4,500 per month. So this was a difference brought just with the add of education. Sakal got handsome salary and good profile of job just because of his education. So the quality of the population can be improved with the help of education, skill and some training, coaching, etc. The quality of the population depends upon the literacy rate, health and person indicated by the life expectancy and skill formation required by the people of the country. The kind of education one is getting, it depends that how his future will be. If somebody is doing engineering, he will get a good job in company, government job or a private company. He will receive a handsome salary. But somebody who is not going to school, not studying, so what he will be doing end up? He'll end up doing he will open up a cycle repairing store or a tea store, or he will work as a farm laborer, or he might be doing the other works like making the buildings and etc., helping the nations, etc. So education is very important thing. One educated person can bring a lot of change in the world, in the society and in our country as well. So education is one of the most important part. Another thing is health. No matter how educated and how talented you are, but you are not healthy, you will not be able to perform well, if you will not be able to do your work with full energy, and you will not prove to be a very good employee for your company or for yourself or your family as well. So health is very important. So somebody has said that rightly said that health is wealth. Without good health, we cannot achieve any target in our life. So health is most important thing. We have to take care for this, and for staying healthy, there are a lot of ways to stay healthy, and you can you can understand, you can search that, you can get a lot of information about health, how to stay healthy. I would like to request all the students, class 9 students, they have to write down 10 ways of staying healthy. You have to note it down and send it to me in the group. It is the external homework that is not related to your just the context it is not in context with the book, but you have to do it separately. And now after that, skills are very important. Skills, without having a skill you cannot do anything. Suppose that if somebody teaches, so that teacher must have some skills like communication skills, or maybe the teaching skills, or maybe some other skills are required to teach some students. Along with that, if somebody is doing a carpenter's job, if somebody is making furniture, so he would have acquired that skill before making the furniture. He would have learned that art of making furniture, isn't it? If somebody is driving a car, driving any vehicle, so he must have acquired that skill, the talent, or that knowledge of driving a car, how to drive a car. So those things are very important. Now it comes to the other point, that is unemployment. What is unemployment? Unemployment is a state of a person who wants to work but he doesn't get a work. Suppose that during this lockdown period, not many people, there are many people in our area, in our society, in our village, that those who are not getting a job opportunity, they're workless. They don't have the work. They want to do work, they want to earn money, but there is no work. Nobody is hiring them because everybody is facing this crisis situation. Nobody has a lot of money to waste or to do other progressive works. When everything goes smoothly normal, what happens? Suppose that somebody is making his house, somebody is hiring mason or a plumber or a welder or a laborer to make his house. But during this pandemic situation, nobody is just taking any step ahead. So those who used to work as a laborer, they are not finding any job nowadays. So they are like workless. They are jobless people. So unemployment means what? Unemployment means a person has the skills. He knows the work well. He wants to will. He needs to have will. It means he has skill, he has will. He wants to work. Along with that, still he is not getting a job, then he will be termed as a unemployed. Unemployed. He will be known as unemployed person. But if somebody don't want to work, suppose that our mothers in our house, somebody's mother is a housewife. She has skills, she will earn, if she goes for any job, she will earn good money, but she is not doing that because she don't want to do that. So our mothers or the housewives cannot be categorized as unemployed person. This is the age group where from age of 15 years or more, 15 years to 59 years people, those who have the skills and those who want to work, if they are not getting any job, they will be termed as unemployment. That is the unemployment. Got my point? But if somebody is not studying, somebody is not willing to do anything, that he will not be considered as an unemployed guy. Now, unemployment is something. There are different kind of unemployment as well. There are two kinds of unemployment. One is seasonal unemployment and one is permanent or a disguised unemployment. There are two kinds of unemployment. One is completely unemployment, the person who is not getting any job. So, but those who want to do something, those who have the willingness to work, they are working. They are not jobless. They are working in some field or the other. But according to this NCERT, we have two kinds of unemployment. That is seasonal unemployment and disguised unemployment. Got my point? So what is seasonal? Suppose that seasonal unemployment is a farmer who sows the seeds, he harvests the seeds, but suppose that he is growing rice, he is growing paddy, he is growing wheat. So there are only 2 to 3 months work is there in the field. But after that he is unemployed. It is seasonal unemployment. It means in a particular season there is no work for him, but throughout the year, rest of the months, there is a work, there is job in his hand. But for few months, suppose that those who are working as a farm laborer or building construction laborers, they have the work, but in the rainy season, most of the construction work goes shut down. So what happens? They are unemployed for a particular 3-4 months. Suppose that somebody is selling mangoes. So mango seasons comes just for 2 months in a year. So he is selling mangoes. When some other fruits will come, seasonal fruits, he will sell that one. But what happens? So that kind of, it means in a particular season there is a work for him, but in some duration of the year there is no work for him. So that is known as seasonal unemployment. And disguise means, suppose that this is a piece of land, suppose that this is 100, suppose that 100, don't suppose, 1 acre of land, this is 1 acre of land. So there, to grow crops, it needs 5 people. How many people? Suppose that it needs 5 people, but they have given job, here 7 people are working. It means the crop can be grown with the help of only 5 laborers, but there are 7 laborers, those who are working. 7 laborers are working on this field. So what happens? In this way, this is disguised. When the number of the members, the number of the required laborers is 4, but there are 5 people working. One is disguised laborer. Okay. Suppose that one farmer can grow the crop alone with the help of 1 labor, but he take his son, his daughter, his wife, all 4 or 5 people are working in the same piece of land, then that is known as disguised laborer. Got my point? And into this, there are some economic activities as well. Anything that aids to the national income, that is known as economic activity. Economic activity. Got my point? Suppose that our housewives or our mother, sister, they are working in a house. They are working a lot, but they are not getting paid for it. So that activity will not be considered as economic activity. So any activity that adds to the national income or to the GDP of the country, that is known as the economic activity. Thank you. Tomorrow we will conclude this chapter. There is a story of this village. We will conclude this chapter in the next lecture, and after that I will provide you the question. Thank you. Have a nice day. And meanwhile, I just told you to do that homework, which write a retained ways to stay healthy. Thank you.